Hello everyone, this is Honora and today we are back with Chaos Zero Nightmare. And the topic of today's video is on the screen right now is our new Psionic 5-star combatant Rita, right? We're gonna do a little bit of review, or at least you can say my opinion, my impression of her, and of course how I built her to do what I want her to do. Right, because her kit have, I think, 3 different style of usage, and the one that I choose to use, I will show you that first before we go look at the kit. So let's do a little bit of showcase. Yeah, let's just do a normal run with this. The deck is like this. So this is one of the style you can go with her. Basically, this is a basic skill card loop. By using Chrono Circle, which gonna move basic card to your hand every time you get an ascension. And basically that's it. And of course we need a card that gives us ascension, which is Chrono Archon. And we want the Epiphany number 1 because it's gonna make us stacking ascension easier. Because as you can read here, when you get out of ascension, you're gonna get 3 chronicle for free. So let's do that. And let's just hit here to get some ascension, not ascension, chronicle. Convert that to ascension. Hopefully we will draw. Not yet. No, fine. Hopefully we will. Yeah, nice. We will draw the Chrono Circle. That is what I want. Thank you. Let's see. If we draw Time Paradox, we can showcase the build right away. But look like we didn't draw that, so that's fine. So at the start of the turn, right, we proc this, get ascension, move this back to hand. Let me go find something. Find the Time Paradox to show you. Alright. Sadly, we don't have any card to use energy. So we use these 2 first because it's basically free. We have 6 ascension. So we use 2 basic cards for free, right? We can also, I don't have hourglass left. Okay, we can do this. For example, just assuming I have 6 here, we can use Time Paradox, manually get ascension ourselves, and this gonna go back to hand. So yeah, we can use them again. Another way to get ascension without wait for the next turn is also use her ego skill. Her ego skill gives 6 ascension. Yeah, that's basically my favorite deck out of Rita right now. So let's go look at her entire kit. So Rita, as you know, is a psionic, and her attribute is justice. Her card, we talked about this in the patch notes video already, so it's nothing to look forward to too much. But if you want an opinion, Chrono Archon Base Epiphany is the first one. Everything else is mostly just useless. Get free Chronicle is so powerful that all of these cannot be compared at all, in my opinion. For Time Axis Collapse is like one of the key damage card that you can get, and most of the time you're gonna get Epiphany number 1 still because it's increased at maximum 200% here, so it's gonna be like 100, not 100, 1500, 600 something damage. That is really huge for 2 cores. For Future Decree, I hate this card. I'm not gonna use this card. Most of the time I'm gonna delete this card. So because, right, even though if you say you want to use it with what Fate Imprint. Remember, Fate Imprint can go over 3, it can be 4, 5, 6, 7, and Future Decree only activate cards that have 3 costs. So the only thing that this is useful for is take the second Epiphany here and pay her with 9. So that is a free fighting spirit for 9. That's all. That is another playstyle you can try, right? You use her as a support. Get this with Divine Epiphany for, I think, draw should be nice. And this just gonna use heal for free. Literally free instead of 1 like fighting spirit. But for my preference, 9 is already strong enough, so I don't think we're gonna need Rita in her team. So Future Decree, mostly useless. Chrono Circle. And you can see here about what I used earlier, right? This one, well, Ascension is great, get all basic card back to hand. This is for basic card loop. Other than that, you can also get Fate Imprint, but Fate Imprint has some downside because first it's only 120 damage per cost. So it's not that much damage, right? Even at 3 costs is what, 360. 3 costs of our basic is what, 400. So it's not comparable at all. Only thing Fate Imprint is good for is when you use like 2 costs, 3 costs, 4 costs, it's gonna help activate her partner Ivy if you have Ivy. You're gonna help activate this part of the passive, right? 6%, it's 5%. 5% for 3 stars. That's all Fate Imprint useful for in my opinion. Other than that, we have this one, draw 2 cost attack card. This can be used if, but then again it's a draw, it's not a move. Because it's a draw, it cannot draw card that you already use. But if we say it move, like this one, you see earlier I used basic card and I can move it back to hand. Because move is not draw. So you can draw it from the use pile also. And lastly, Time Paradox is just give you Chronicle, convert Chronicle to Ascension without waiting until the start of next turn. So yeah, that's all her kit. Ego skill, seek Ascension, and increase the damage of the next attack card by 10% for each card of the card activated so far in this battle. So if you use 20 cost card already, that means it's gonna be increased by 200%, a lot of damage. And for her partner, you have 2 options here. You have Ivy, which is her signature partner. I got lucky and got double of her. That's why the number is a little bit higher. But if you have only 1 copy of Ivy or you kind of on the fence, you want to pull for her or not, the other option is Eloise. Eloise is stronger than 1 copy of Ivy in my opinion. But if you have a dupe, for example like me, I have 1 dupe, so it's gonna be level 2. Then at this point, Ivy gonna perform better than Eloise at max dupe, max limit break. But if you only have 1 copy of Ivy, or if you still deciding and you already have full limit break of Eloise is better. You just need to put Fate Imprint in your deck because you want to activate the last part of her kit. Because this only lasts for 1 turn, right? Lastly, well, potential, which since she is a DPS, you want all upgrade, max upgrade on unique. If you want to play basic card, you need all upgrade on basic card. And also keep all of these potential to the max. That's all. Simple, right? And for memory fragment, since all of her attack card that she has is either 2 costs or 3 costs. So the line of justice set work really well on her. It's plus 20 crit chance for attack card that have 2 cores or more, right? So that is 4 piece. Another 2 piece you can choose between Scarab, which may increase damage of basic card because I play basic card. This is better compared to the Executioner. Executioner plus 25% crit damage, right? Let's do math. Let's say you currently have 1 point. What do I have right now actually? 1.65 crit damage. If we use Executioner, it's gonna be plus 0.25, so it's gonna be 1.9. If is 1.65 times 20%, so it's gonna be 1.2. That 1.98, that is higher. So if you use basic card setup for her, Scarab should give you more damage. So yeah, that's all from me. And for the save, as you can see earlier, you can also cut out time paradox if you want to have smaller deck and only use her to activate time acceleration twice per turn because it's free, right? As you can see earlier, if the setup are already running, most of the time you can use these 2 cards for free. If you have time paradox and you can generate at least 3 more AP either with Tipela or Mika, you can do is 4 times instead of 2. Another thing that you can do is give that deck another card, which is Time, Exist, Collapse, Epiphany number 3. Basically next 3 attack card increase damage by 100%. So basically the next 3 attack card do double damage. And if you use this, right, that would mean you can use that card as 3 cores and you can activate time excels 1 time if you don't use paradox, so that is already count as twice the damage. If you use paradox, you can activate the time excel 3 times, include that buff. So 3 attack and each attack is time 2, so it's gonna be 6 card worth of damage. If you pull everything off, right, generate 3 AP, use time paradox along those lines. But that need a lot of setup if you just want to have use her as a sub DPS. In my opinion, she works really well as a sub DPS because she doesn't use any AP from the team except from the start where you need to use Chrono Circle. But after that, she is basically free double, almost 500% attack card. Really good. Right, I have 2 decks here. I have this one that doesn't have time paradox, but I believe time paradox is better because there is a chance sometime to activate this more than twice, right? So yeah, that's all for me today. This is my stat right now, and you see the damage earlier, which is quite alright. In my opinion, the damage is not something to scoff at. 3,000 to 4,000 damage per card, and those cards are free. Remember, those cards are free. I know she is not as strong at 9, but the trade-off is that her card is free, right? Compared to 9 is stronger for sure. 9 is stronger. 9 have more way to give the team survivability. She have shield, she can exhaust, and she can do AoE attack with different type of heal. So that is 9. Rita cannot be as strong, but she excel in other place, right? Her pro is that all of her cards most of the time are free. So she can do whatever she wants and the team can play later. That is her main point, her main good point in my opinion. So if you ask me if she is a must pull, absolutely not. Absolutely not. She is not broken. She is not necessary to have in your deck. If you want to know, if we compare all the 3 combatants that released this season, right? Rita, Tipela, Nai. The most important one that everyone should get is actually Tipela. As a support, she can help so many teams. Even if you don't care about the triangle card, right? Triangle archetype. This might not be useful for shield, but the damage buff is might not be that useful. AP is absolutely broken. But yeah, we're not here today to talk about Tipela. We're here to talk about Rita, and Rita is not at the same level as Tipela, and slightly a little bit below 9 in terms of being a solo DPS. But Rita can perform as a sub DPS or 2 DPS setup if your team can survive with just one support, right? Anyway, that is all for me today, right? Just a quick review, character review, and a little bit of showcase of my favorite deck of Rita. So yeah, that's all for me today. I hope you have fun playing video game. Good luck with your gacha. I'm sorry, I don't know if I'm severe right now or not because my nose is so blocked from allergy. Anyway, have a good day, good night, wherever you are. And see you again next time. For now, bye bye.